Hi, I'm Josh Polito, the director of this film. The Film Cafe is finally done. The Film Cafe is a short film, 16 minutes long with a bunch of genres, and it took us 3 years to film. Who knows how the heck we did that? You guys are going to be able to watch us go throughout these years, different versions of us. You're going to hear some actor testimonies as well. So without further ado, please enjoy the full behind the scenes experience of the Film Cafe. The kind of film the Film Cafe is a weird mashup of all the film genres.
The Film Cafe is an immersive experience.
You're in for a ride.
I guess you could call it like a kind of a hyperactive comedy.
You have suspense, you have horror, you have Western, film noir, comedy, some action, you got a little bit of love. It's a bunch of these genres of movies that are compiled together.
Almost like a film school crash course in a way.
There's lots of ups, there's lots of downs. The craziest things happen, and sometimes the least things that you're gonna expect happen.
Well, you ordered the Tarantino fries.
Tarantino fries?
Oh. The Film Cafe is an interesting film because it's not a normal film. It's like a weird mashup of a bunch of other stuff. First, we needed a demo reel, but we couldn't use any of the old stuff. We had just gotten a big equipment updates. So I was like, okay, what do we do? Do we make a bunch of short films? Or what if we just made all the films in one film? And then I had this idea in high school. I don't know, I had it in my notebook. I was like, wait, what if we just did this idea? We just two people writing, thinking about something, and then every time they think about it, they change the sets. They change the costumes, the characters. The movie is basically live action brainstorming. I don't think I've ever seen a film that has actually done that before, so that's kind of why we were like, oh, let's just try this out. Let's just see what could happen.
My name is Skylar Carrion, and I played one of the writers in the Film Cafe. I played either Aaron or George, one of them.
Ooh, my character's Lady Love. Audiences can expect from my character a plot twist of unfortunate events. I don't know. I seem to be changing my mind a lot lately.
Wait!
I'm Michael Stewart. In the Film Cafe, I did sound, prop making, and I did special effects within the film. My characters, plural, with an S. Oh God, do I even know my name? Yeah, Cinematic Hero. I play the love interest too, technically, / brother. Kind of weird, but it's like Luke Skywalker, Leia type weird, you know?
Did it reset his brain?
Yeah, my brain gets reset. So that's in the movie too. I got to have like a little mini seizure on the movie, so that was nice. He's running from this cinematic villain. He has no idea why. He does it because he stole his girl apparently, and I don't know what the hell that means.
What did I even do to you? Hey, you stole my girl!
Hey man, this is news to me too. Seriously. What did I even do to you?
You stole my girl.
My character kills people.
Why does she kill people?
I don't know, the writers are telling her to kill people. There's nothing I can't handle.
He realizes it's his long-lost sister who he has to kill.
How does she feel about the writers controlling her life?
I don't think she cares. She's kind of just a blip of a character. Huh?
I'm being controlled by the voices, the higher-ups, the big bads, you know? They're not really big bads, they're just aspiring filmmakers, writers, good guys, great dudes.
You need to get out of there, because
Because he's trying to save his love.
In the middle of the chase?
What the?
In case you didn't know, it took us 3 years to shoot this short film. And Josh has placeholder names for the characters because A, Josh just does that, but B, this movie is about archetypes. This movie is about figuring out who you are, I should say, in the art of film. We start as these like archetypes, and particularly the hero, the cinematic hero. He starts as this archetype and then he kind of breaks the mold.
This film is about the main character who is just created into existence the moment the writers think of him. Boom! After he dies for the first time in the horror scene, then gets forcefully resurrected, confused out of his mind because he just thought he was dead, forces him to change his costume into a different one, and he has no idea what's going on, but he just goes along with it. And also, technically he's only 4 minutes old, so he doesn't really know better yet. He just has to go with whatever the writers are commanding his universe to do. During the second costume change, when he goes from noir to western, this time he's prepared for this, and he actually catches the western hat. This is his character learning. His character already dies twice in the movie. Cinematic villain smashed his head with a wrench, dead. Lady Love stabbed him in the heart, then shot him in the head, dead. Which they are both also being controlled by the writers of the universe. And he keeps getting resurrected and thrown around over and over. He eventually becomes self-aware, realizes that he is the main character in this movie, and he is the one to now finally kill the cinematic villain as he finally gets control of his life back. That's what this movie is really about. Underneath all the craziness is realizing that you are the main character of your own life, and you should take action to make the life you dream of.
So when we started the film, we didn't have names in the script. We were just Filmmaker 1 and Filmmaker 2. As we got to the finish line of this process, we found out about the Film Cafe in El Paso, Aaron and George's Film Cafe, named after the fathers of the owners of the cafe, I believe.
We filmed the cafe shots in October 2020, and then coincidentally, a real restaurant named the Film Cafe actually opened a couple years later, and we just thought it was funny. We had not planned for that at all.
We use a shot of the sign.
I know what we're gonna pitch! Come on!
And we wanted to pay homage to them since our film took so long. And the film is literally called The Film Cafe, and they're Aaron and George's Film Cafes. I don't know if I'm Aaron or George because that was a decision made very late in the process.
He's Aaron.
I think that there's not much of a difference between the two filmmakers, if I'm gonna speak to my character, because we both are slightly unhinged.
The twist is...
We both have like insane ideas.
Give him a hammer. No, a knife.
But she's a double agent and she kills him.
You know what? Maybe we don't need a love interest.
Like both of us kind of talk each other down from those ideas.
There's always a love interest.
Actually, that doesn't make any sense.
Wait, you can't kill a character 5 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, we're just kind of we're one and the same, Aaron and George.
I've never had to do like this much range as far as like acting with different characters. I've never had to necessarily do a Western accent, film noir. Most of the time, the previous works that we've done was more so just like comedy, thriller, suspense. So this one adds a taste of everything, which is nice because I like to expand and play different roles and play different characters. It's, you know, it gets repetitive playing the same character sometimes, but this was a breath of fresh air.
The reason that Film Cafe is so unique is it because it took 3 years to create.
It shouldn't have taken over 3 years to make. Let that be known.
I mean, it took us 3 years to make this. This is not a feature film. Feature film blockbusters take 3 years to make.
It should have taken a year, but hey, things happen. It was at a very sensitive time.
You know, the challenging part was, it was the year 2020.
We went through a pandemic, which was not expected at all, so that did push back our shoot time and our scheduling.
Things just expanded. We didn't get to finish.
When we started filming, it was during COVID, and people didn't want to show up to set, or the roads were closed. So a lot of people didn't want to show up, which is understandable.
We couldn't get everyone all at once.
And all of our cast and crew kind of scattered, and we had to like regather them. Where were you?
All right, we're going to the set.
You never followed it to
What's up, guys? Hello.
Yeah.
We've arrived. Hi.
What's up?
God, it was kind of nerve-wracking when it would be like 2 years later, and it's like, what is the film gonna get finished? Is that gonna be possible? Or are we gonna have to reshoot some things? Like, are people available, or like what's going on?
It just kept getting longer and longer, but The funny thing is that gave us more opportunities to do better things for the film. We actually got better locations. It just kept getting bigger and better.
But that was just a very special project because it is our demo reel.
We're proud of that journey to make this film and complete it for how long it took.
Granted, we got it done. Thankfully, we didn't age that bad.
Hey man, this is news to me too.
And the great thing about this film is that it's unlike anything anyone's ever done. Like I've bragged a lot about this short film to a lot of family and friends because it truly is unique. How often are you going to be able to get a film where it incorporates so many different genres of film into one? Where you get the horror aspect, you get the thriller aspect, you get the comedy. I mean, you're always going to get a comedy with us. It includes a film noir. And so we could have done probably so many more things, but the fact that we were able to just condense the ones that we thought that were the most important, like, you know, don't be surprised if we make a sequel, you know? Could happen. You never know. But it's great. It's unlike anything I'm sure you've ever seen.